bad matchup, but they're gonna be all right.
Take a Memphis.
This is Big Don Production presents WJRG Sports Talk. My name is Henry Green, sitting in for my brother tonight. And welcome everybody. We're going to start in the studio with Big Don, Donald Franklin. How are you this evening?
I'm great. Everything's good.
And Bruce, how are you doing this evening?
Everything's lovely, man. Couldn't be
All
no
right,
better.
and out here in the video land with me, we got Pastor Walter Teagues. How are you, Pastor?
I'm well, God bless. How's everyone?
And Larry Pearson, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Enjoying life.
All right. Everybody's doing good. So we're going to start. The NBA playoffs have started. So my first question to you guys is going to be, now Steph Curry and LeBron James both have 4 NBA championships. Now they both made a trade this summer. Steph Curry has Jimmy Butler as his partner, and LeBron James has Luka Doncic. Which one of these two players has the best chance this year of winning their 5th championship? Donald, let me start with you. What's your thoughts on that?
Start with me.
Yes.
I think they both got an equal chance. I think the Lakers got just as good as Luka and Jimmy. They both real tough. I mean, you can't say neither team went wrong with these players. And if you get them in the right position, either one can take you out. So I said they both got just about the same amount of chance. I don't know. You can't go against LeBron James and get the Lakers the edge. You can't go against Steph Curry and give them the edge. I'm just gonna keep it equal. I can't call it.
Okay. What about you, Bruce? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree, man. Both of them helped tremendously. I mean, look at Golden State record since Jimmy got there. Luka doing what he's supposed to do with the Lakers. So they both made out real good. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see. I agree. I can't give neither one of them the edge.
Yeah, so
one of them gonna win.
But just so you guys think about it, now, if my understanding, if the Lakers and Golden State both win, they play each other the next round, I believe. But anyhow, Pastor, what's your thoughts on that? What do you think? Are you there, Walt? You frozen?
I don't
Can
know.
you hear me, Walter?
No, he must. Can you hear us, Pastor? Oh, he must can't hear us.
Okay.
Can you hear us, Kendall?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, Larry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Walt, so Larry, the question, what's your thoughts on that between Steph and LeBron? Both got the 4 rings. I'm repeating it because Kendall, I don't know if you heard it, because you're going to answer it next. And Golden State picked up Jimmy Butler, and the Lakers picked up Luka. Out of them 2 players, with LeBron and Steph Curry, which one do you think has the best chance of winning a 5th championship this season?
I think it all depends on the supporting cast. Because LeBron James is doing all he can do to help the Lakers win. He's doing all he can do. He's playing great defense, but his supporting cast is not filling the bill behind him, you know. So without a great supporting cast, and I mean they're hitting on all cylinders, the Lakers are not going to go very far because he can't carry them himself. And Golden State supporting cast seems to be right now playing better than the Lakers.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. So all right.
This yard stream don't like me. I do Zoom for every Bible study and everything, but this one here, it kicks me out every time. I don't know why. Anyway, but to me, I mean, they're doing well. I just think that Jimmy Butler complements what Golden State is doing better than Luka does right now with LeBron. the Lakers roster is incomplete. They don't have a big man. I've been saying it the whole time, and it may show up because they don't. I don't know what they're going to do if they get by this and have to play Denver with Jokic. They have no one to even slow him down. But anyway, I think that Jimmy Butler completes a Golden State roster because with Clay always shot the three. So if Steph wasn't hitting the three, Clay wasn't hitting the three, Jimmy Butler don't have to shoot the three. He drives and go to the foul line, so he settles them down. He is the perfect complement for Golden State.
So what you're saying, you're saying that Steph Curry has a better chance of winning a 5th championship ahead of LeBron this season.
Well, neither one of them are going to win. So I'm just saying, no, neither one of them could beat Boston. I'm just saying for that argument of who got the better of the trade or which team is better, I would say right now, Golden State roster is more complete than the Lakers. But neither one of them could beat Boston. So no, neither one of them ain't going to win.
So Kendall, you heard the question, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, financially, LA, because of the Luka Doncic shirts, 77s, and LeBron having, a partner like Luka Doncic, I don't think we've seen that many first-team All-Pro players together at the same time, with the exception of LeBron and Dwayne Wade. I mean, obviously Scottie and Michael. I mean, but as far as records concerned, that's a no-brainer. Golden State has been much better since they've gotten Jimmy Butler. I mean, they've been just doing exceptionally well. And he fills that spot that Andrew Wiggins had and made that guy expendable. Like you said, when you had the Splash Brothers, they were just hitting outside shots. We know for a fact that Steph Curry was a shooting point guard and Clay could shoot just as well as he could. They really beat you with the outside. Steve Kerr was also a three-point specialist. But now they got that playoff Jimmy Buckets basketball. And he seems to be able to fill those voids that you need. I mean, he's going to the free throw line a lot. I mean, Golden State is now going to the free throw line. Think about a Golden State game. We never see that because they're always shooting outside shots. So I think they're playoff ready. I think Golden State is in a better position to win, but I believe financially, you know what I mean? Because that means a lot in the NBA. And with the possibilities, because Jackson Hayes and Hachimura aren't showing up like big men. The middle's wide open. I think Golden State got the better deal. But like Pastor Teague says, neither one of them win the championship.
Okay. So, but that was really the question, because both of them got 4 rings, which you guys think has the better chance. I don't think either one of them will win it either. But my opinion, it's hard to say, but right now I would have to say, if you look at the Golden State's record since Jimmy Butler, I don't think they lost 5 games since he got there. So they're playing real good. The defense is really good. They're playing really, really good. All right, so sticking with the playoffs. Now, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they beat the Lakers 117-95 to take game 1. Luka Doncic, he scored 37 points in a losing effort. So I got a few questions in here. We'll go down the line. My first question to you guys: if you were Luka Doncic, all right, and the Lakers lost in the first round, and now you have the player option this summer, you can either opt out, re-sign with the Lakers, or you can opt out and play for another team. So you look at Luka's 26. Everybody knows he's one of the best players in the NBA. If the Lakers lose in the first round, if you were Luka Doncic, what would you do? Pastor, I'm going to stop with you because the Lakers are your squad like mine. So tell me, if you was Luka, thinking in Luka's mind, what you would do?
I resign.
If they lost in the first round.
It doesn't matter. No, I resign because they're going to build that franchise around him. This isn't so. Even when they got Luka, I said they ain't gonna win a title this year. They just happen to play very well, but it wasn't an aspiration that they were gonna win. The thing is that he's going to be the face of the franchise, and the Lakers are going to get somebody to go around him. He's going to take over for LeBron. So yeah, I would definitely. I mean, where else are you going to go? I mean, he's in LA. Like Kendall was saying, with the money, he's in LA, and they're definitely going to bring in necessary pieces. All they need is a big man. They need a real big man just to go with. If they can keep that lineup, put it right this. If they could have got Anthony Davis back with Luka there and kept this lineup, they'd be the favorite to win the NBA title. So they're good. I resign if I was Luka. Yeah.
All right. What about you, Kendall? What's your thoughts?
Well, he's going to resign. I mean, pretty much they're going to build like LA around him. He's got a really compatible partner in Austin Reeves, who has been a superstar pretty much this entire year. They're going to resign him. It's a no-brainer unless he goes back to Dallas, which I don't think he will.
Well,
I don't think that's happening.
It'll be Lakers would have just wasted. It would have just given away Anthony Davis, you know. But
okay, Bishop.
In LA.
Bishop, how you doing, man?
I'm alive and I'm well. Good evening,
Good.
gentlemen. How are you?
Now, did you hear the question?
I heard it.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on it, Bishop?
Me personally, if I were Doncic, yeah, it makes sense to re-sign with them because they've got a great upside. I mean, you just can't do anything with it. And then if I were to look around the league, what team would I go in and be a good fit for right off the bat? Remember, he's 26. He's not a spring chicken anymore. In basketball,
26 is young in basketball.
Listen, 26 ain't young in basketball. 26 is middle age in basketball. Come on. You know that. I mean, with the exception of LeBron, Superman, LeBron James, 26 is middle age in basketball. So really, where is he really going? You know, just kind of settle down and give the Lakers organization an opportunity and chance, because there's in the next 2 years, you're going to have some great draft picks coming out. So I could see promise with that.
All right, Larry, what's your thoughts before we go in the studio?
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. You know, he's in the right place. He got the right team. The money's good. Everything's in LA right now. And they will get the draft picks around him. And he's in the perfect spot to do everything he needs to do. The right organization, you know, all the publicity he wants, all the extra money he wants, you know, all the endorsements. He has no need to move at all. None.
All right. So we're going to take it in the studio. Bruce, what's your thoughts on that?
You know, like Magic Johnson said, don't nobody leave the Lakers. I mean, he in Hollywood, man. He ain't going nowhere. Like Walt said, they're gonna build around him. He's the future. You know, they know LeBron not gonna be there no more than two the most more years. So they're gonna build around Luka. They're gonna build it up.
All right, Donald, what's your thoughts?
First, I'll tell Bishop that remember, Luka could go anywhere he want to go.
True.
Where he's going to go, it's whatever he feels. Yeah. And nobody, Dallas will take him back at this point.
True.
Nobody going to turn Luka down. That's number one. Number two, I have to agree with Bruce. We're talking Hollywood. You know, the man ain't going, if he want to be the face of the league, he's in the right place to be it now. You know, and he got the right leadership under LeBron James. Who else could help him become the face of the league to show him the ways to go? I'm sure he's not even thinking about leaving. There's no reason to even think about it because he got too much to win and a lot to lose.
Well, that's why I said, Don, what team out there would he be a perfect fit for, championship-wise? No, well, you could say all of them, but if they already got pieces in place, why are they going to add extra? I mean, unlike, I won't mention Kevin Durant's name or, you know, nobody of that nature who goes with a team that's ready-made. Where's he going to go where he's going to be the centerpiece that's going to build? He's in a great spot right now.
Yeah. He can still go anywhere and be the centerpiece.
He's go anywhere. He's going to go anywhere and be the man.
That does not mean he will win. Yeah. I'm just saying that does not mean he will win. Kevin Durant does the same thing. And what happened?
Kevin Durant ain't Luka though.
I know that, but it's the principle.
Let's just say if Luka says, "All right, he come free agent," and he joins up with the Denver Nuggets.
I knew that was coming up.
Well, you know that's a win for him.
So I'm just saying,
he'll be the superstar.
I knew that was coming up.
Luka can go anywhere anywhere. But I agree. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's going to stay in LA. But just to spring up a question as far as in the play, because the Lakers, they got to win tonight. We're gonna get ready to talk about. But if they lose in the first round, because everybody was talking about they going, to the at least Western Conference. So if they lose in the first round, Luka have to sit back and kind of think, man, what should I do? So that was the only reason I brought that, because he does have that option. So anyhow, so tonight we know that the Lakers lost to Minnesota, and so tonight they play tonight. What are you guys' thoughts on tonight's game? Kendall, let's start with you.
I'm thinking the Lakers can beat Minnesota, but I don't think anything matters in the West, because Sacramento, the OKC, won their game by 51 points after having the best record in the entire league. Go through Oklahoma City. Kawhi Leonard showed up last night in LA, so he's got something to say. He's the best player in LA. Got a little something to say about it. But I think that LeBron James is not going to lose to Minnesota twice in a row. I believe that, we got to give him credit. I believe that LA will beat Minnesota tonight, especially with, Ant-Man being as animated as he is. LeBron is, he gets a little revenge like Michael Jordan does. And also, Bishop, I'm going to tell you this. I was checking it out. 26 years old is usually prime time for NBA players.
Whoa, say that again. You need to tell Bishop that.
Yeah, they're like, it seems like they're more active and much, from like 26 to like 32. That's when they're doing their thing. Even Michael Jordan didn't really get in until he was, 28, 29, when he finally won a championship. Because remember, Michael came out, 83? And then went like 7 years. He's like 30 before he, 28, 29. Got a championship, and right around 26, 27 is prime time for them. Luka Doncic is not old by all the stretch of the imagination.
I think you're misinterpreting what I'm saying.
I believe he'll go anywhere besides these three places. I do not think he'll be the star in Boston. I think that will be Jason Tatum. I do not think he'll be the star in Denver or be the star at OKC. I believe he'll be equal billing, but those are the only three places in the NBA, I believe, that he would literally go. He can go anywhere else and be the star, and maybe not even over Giannis, the way Giannis has been.
Yeah, but OKC might be the only team that don't need him.
They don't need him. They don't need anybody. They're all set, man.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe
So
might be in that ranking as well. Maybe.
So Larry, what's your thoughts on that? On tonight's game?
My thought is this. In game one, LeBron played his heart out. If he don't get the support he needs to carry the team tonight, it would be bye-bye Lakers. Because LeBron showed up for game one. And the
So
rest
did
of the team,
Luka. Luka had 37.
It's
he had a trash 37.
Everything on Austin Reeves.
Garbage, getting scores. He gonna score. We know that. But he wasn't coming up, pulling up and taking them straight threes like he normally take without no pressure. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of the team did not show up, and they didn't have a supporting cast. That happens again, they're going home.
Pastor Wade, what's your thoughts?
Absolutely. It's the others. The others got to help. LeBron's going to do what he does. Luka, he's going to score. But they got those young wings. Same thing they had the year before last when they took Denver out. They got those young, long guys on the perimeter that can D up. They like Boston with that, with Tatum and Brown. They got the same kind of defensive guys out there, that you see. Luka he got most of his points in the first half. He got most of his points in the first half. LeBron only had 19 points.
Right.
So So LeBron's got to get his, but those others, like Kendall was saying, Austin Reeves, he didn't show up. Rui, Austin Reeves, they got to show up. Like you look at Boston, Tatum had a terrible game, but you got Pritchard and them other guys had like 50 points. Off the others. That's what they do. If the others don't show up, the Lakers they're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, Bishop, did I get you before I go in the studio?
No, you have not, and it's quite obvious, in my opinion, the Lakers will win tonight. Possible, not a high single-digit win, not necessarily a double-digit win, because I mean, primarily, let's just say it, it's the Lakers, it's LeBron. What are we going to do? All right.
All right. Bruce, what's your thoughts on tonight's game?
Hold up a second. I want to let Bishop read this for us.
Oh, okay. Yep.
The Bridge Network, Covenant Association of Churches and Independent Ministries, presents their first annual Eastern Regional Conclave, taking place May 23rd through May 25th. Its theme is the Blessed Realm, taking place at the Hartford Marriott, 28 Day Hill Road in the city of Windsor, Connecticut. Those of you who are in leadership and desire to come and be with us, to share with us, the deadline for registration is April 25th. And for those of you that want to come and be part of our Friday evening service, which begins at 7 p.m., or our Sunday morning service, which begins at 11 a.m., we just need you to reserve your space in your place because seating is limited. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you there. As you can see the schedule, Friday and Saturday night, we're having the gathering of Kingdom leaders. Friday evening, at 7 p.m., our worship service, and then our 11 a.m. Worship service. There is a website, I think is the Bridge Network, bncf@gmail.com, if you're looking for more information. Also, Pitts Chapel Women on the Move, third annual fashion show and dinner event taking place Saturday, May 3rd, 2025 at 4 p.m. Its location is the Dixwell Community House, 197 Dixwell Avenue in the city of New Haven, Connecticut. Tickets are $35. For more information, give Sister Gwen a call at 203-887-1209 or Sister Sabrina at 475-234-7905. That is Pitts Chapel's Women on the Move fashion show and dinner event.
Okay, so
Right.
I'll let Bruce answer that question first about what the Lakers need to do tonight.
Yeah, but only thing, I mean, basically, it was said already. Only thing they need to do is get the role players involved. Like I said, LeBron and Luka did their thing. They need help. Austin Reeves, Japanese guy.
Rudy.
Rudy. They got to do their thing. If they do their thing, they be all right.
Okay,
All right.
we got Bob McCormick here on the line.
Okay.
It's a must, though. They can't win.
Okay, Bob.
About the NBA playoffs, but I'm going to start off with good news for the Bucks tonight, as Damian Lillard will return to action in Game 2 against the Pacers. We're up 1-0. Lillard missed more than a month due to a deep vein thrombosis, otherwise a blood clot in his leg. The other games are Grizzlies, Thunder, Timberwolves, Lakers, OKC, and Minnesota both won their first games. Last night, the Pistons snapped an NBA record 15-game postseason losing streak, beating the Knicks to even that series at 1 game apiece. The Clippers also won by 3 over the Nuggets, evening that series. The Celtics' Jason Tatum landed on his wrist in Sunday's playoff game against the Magic. The tests on it are negative, but I'm hearing now that he is day-to-day. He has a bone bruise. On the play, Kentucky Caldwell Pope, flagrant foul. Boston, Orlando will play Game 2 tomorrow. The Celtics up 1-0. New freshman Cooper Flagg has declared for this year's NBA draft and is expected to be the number 1 pick overall. UConn's Alex Caravan is still weighing his decision on whether to return to the team or go pro. Former Yale basketball player Danny Wolf, who went to play for Michigan, he's declared for the draft. Princeton transfer Xavion Lee has committed to Florida. New freshman Keon Knuppel is also entering the draft, as is the Gators' Alex Condon, but he'll maintain his NCAA eligibility. Spurs coach Greg Popovich, he was in the hospital last week, but is at home doing fine now. The Cavs' Kenny Atkinson named Coach of the Year by his peers. The league has unveiled its 3 finalists for MVP. Denver's the Joker, of course, Nikolai Jokic. OKC's Shaq Ilias Alexander. The Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. So those are your 3 finalists there. The Knicks, Jalen Brunson is up for Clutch Player of the Year, and the Celtics, Peyton Pritchard for 6th Man of the Year. Now we also have playoffs in the hockey world tonight.
Yeah.
On the Devils, Hurricanes, Senators, Maple Leafs, Panthers, Lightning, Wild, Knights. Canes, Leafs, and Knights are all up 1 game to none. Last night, Game 1 winners were the Capitals in overtime, the Jets and the Kings. Avalanche and Stars tied at 1 game apiece. Now, 8 head coaches have been fired at the end of the season, which include the New York Rangers, who failed to make the playoffs. On to football. The NFL draft gets underway Thursday night through Saturday in Green Bay. The Titans have the first pick, followed by the Browns and Giants. Patriots have the 4th pick, the Jets the 7th pick. Rounds 2 and 3 are on Friday, 4 through 7 on Saturday. Miami's Cam Ward is expected to go number 1 in the draft. And we got to look out. Hall of Famer sexual assault in a $50 million lawsuit. His attorney calls the civil suit an attempt to blackmail Sharp. Eagles center Cam Jurgens is a 4-year, $68 million contract extension. Offensive lineman Isaac Alcaron of the 49ers suspended 6 games for violating the league's policy on performance-enhancing substances. On to baseball. Dodgers Shohei Ohtani is now a father to a baby girl. Congratulations to him and his wife. Both the Yankees and Mets are in first place in their respective division.
Yeah.
Tonight's the Mets, Phillies, Red Sox host the Mariners. The Kenyans were the winners at the Boston Marathon yesterday in the men's and women's division. And finally, I'm going to end up with this. Justin Thomas has ended a 3-year drought and on Sunday won the RBC Heritage Golf Tournament. That's all the sports I got for you guys tonight.
Thank you, Bob.
Alex Carey needs to stay. He needs to
Before
stay.
you go on,
He ain't ready.
Henry.
And we all set.
Okay, so Donald, did you want to answer the
I'm pretty much like everybody else, you know.
okay.
I kept saying that the Lakers are gonna need some defense in my book. Them guys just did whatever they wanted to do. I mean, I hear what you're saying about they got to pick up on the offense, but I see defense. They're gonna have to pick up on the defense.
Okay, so now the other LA team, the Clippers, they're in a great series right now with the Denver Nuggets. It's tied 1-1. It could go that series. That game could win either way. Both games are great. So Donald, I'm gonna start in the studio first. What's your thoughts on this series? And looking at it from right now, who are you picking to win the series?
Well, you know, the Clippers definitely did what they wanted to do. They stole one. And that's the object when you're playing your first two, the steal one. So they definitely got the edge on me. And I don't know. I might go with the Clippers on this because Murray is just not coming through for me. And what's that other boy name?
Porter.
Porter. Those guys are not coming through for me.
Michael Porter.
Yeah, Michael Porter and Murray, they're not coming through. And Luka going to need their help to do it. Now, the guy that's coming through that really surprising me is the Clippers is Harden. You know, Harden gave 18. Harden been coming. Because we know what Kawhi going to do. We already know. So Harden is coming through.
And Donald, add to that so everybody can follow up on it. Also, now, if Kawhi Leonard stays healthy and the way Harden is playing, will the Clippers finally win their first championship? So you guys think when you talk about the series, add that part in there too. What's your thought?
They can at least get past Denver. I still don't know, man. The other teams, they can get past the Nuggets. I feel that, but I'm not sure they can go all the way. But they look like they can.
Okay. What about you, Bruce?
Yeah, I told y'all before, man. I like that Clipper team, man. Kawhi, he the only man I ever seen play that come back and better than everybody that never left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they will. I think if everybody stay healthy, I think they can go all the way.
Okay. That's so that's your final thoughts on that one before we head out the studio?
Yep.
Okay. Bishop, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on this particular series between Clippers and Denver, and also with a healthy Kawhi and the way James Harden, if he continues to play this way, can the Clippers win their first NBA championship?
No, flat out, no. Okay. I'll give them a game. I'll give them two. They might even be able to steal the series from Denver, but it gets tougher with each round. No. James Harden is like the weather. He changes and shifts all the time. So you can't rely on that. Kawhi Leonard is possibly the most reliable player on the entire team. That's just my opinion. But to answer your question flat out, no. I think people in hell would get ice water first before they win a championship this year.
Better get a sip now.
Well, about you, Larry, what's your thoughts on that?
Kawhi Leonard is playing out his mind right now. I mean, it's like he can't do nothing wrong, but all that's going to go away. Harden shooting lights out, but that's right now. But for the entire series, that's not going to continue. And for them to win a championship, you can't depend on that. You can't depend on them keep playing the way they're playing.
Okay. What about you, Kendall?
Well, nah, they're not going to win a championship. I think, well, like I said, Kawhi, was he 15 out of 19, 30 something, like 39 points. The game before that, would he have like 17 points, but only took 2 shots in the fourth quarter? So you don't know what you're going to get with Kawhi. You don't know what you're going to get with James Harden, but you do know what you're going to get every night with the Joker. So I believe Denver is going to get past them. But I do have a question to ask, which is myself. Do you think the international team, because we got the 3 guys that are NBA All-Stars, and you got Giannis from Greece, you got Joker from Serbia, and you got SGA from Canada. And if you put Luka on that team and maybe take Vronis Sabonis, that's starting 5. Can that starting 5 beat any other starting 5 in the NBA? And now has the NBA been taken over, at least talent-wise, by international players? So that's a question I just thought of. But here, no, I just think that Denver is going to pull this one off. I think that Joker has enough tricks up his sleeve. I think Aaron Gordon is going to play lockdown defense. Michael Porter is not going to have a bad game as he's had. Michael Porter literally was in a situation, I think, his brother murdered or something during one of the series, and he still showed up. I just think that Denver will beat LA. I think.
So, Pastor, I'm gonna give you, because you were the last one, didn't get a chance to answer that question. And then when you finish answering that question, answer Kendall's question about the foreign players, and then we'll go on and give everybody a chance to answer the question that Kendall brought up.
Well, start with this series here. It's going to be a shame that one of these teams is going to go out in the first round because they're playing so well. But if you can remember, I don't know if he was on, but at least about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was saying, look, we got to start talking about the Clippers. The Clippers are one of the hottest teams in the NBA. Are going with Golden State, and I know everybody was saying Harden was washed up. Harden might be all NBA guard. Harden's having a great year, and Kawhi's playing. But the one you're missing is Zubac. Zubac is playing out of his mind. Zubac is playing out of his mind, man. The Clippers should be up. They lost in overtime in game 1.
Yeah.
Game 1 against the Nuggets was overtime. They lost by 2. Then they just took this one. So they should be up.
Had a 15
They
point
should
lead in
be
that
up.
game.
They should be up 2-0. You know,
Yeah, they had
they
15
should be up
point
2-0.
lead in that
So
game.
I think the Clippers are going to win. I think going back to LA. Plus, the thing is, Norman Powell's had a great year and he ain't showed up at all.
Right.
The others played better at home, and I think the Clippers are going to win. Joker had 7 turnovers yesterday. It really cost him the game because that last shot, he should have threw it in the corner. Aaron Gordon was wide open, you know. But I think the Clippers are going to win. As far as the NBA being taken over by the international players, I think what it is there's more good international players in the NBA now, but I still think there's more great American players in the NBA.
So
That's
you
my
think Victor Wembanyama is not the most talented player in the NBA?
He's not the most talented player. He has the potential to be. He's only in his 3rd year. He may potentially be by the time he's in his prime at 26 or 25 or 26. He could be, but right now, he's on the uptick. He definitely has not reached his feelings. But I mean, I think you have more. Look at the American team. That's how they won in the Olympics, because even though you had the Joker and his next best player was what's the other kid that's playing for the Clippers now? That was it. You know, the Americans had people that they left home. Jaylen Brown didn't even make the trip. So I just think there's more great American players. But I think you have great international players now, but I think you have more Americans that are good.
Okay.
I think.
So Bishop, you to Kendall's question, you want to put your take in there, your thoughts on that?
I would still be out to lunch with that. It'd be a great team for sure, no doubt about that. But I wouldn't lay all my eggs in that basket, because whereas there's always good, there's always better. But what he came up with, if we were to see something of that nature, it would be interesting to watch just to see how they did it. That would be another version of a dream team, so to speak. So it'd be something to watch. It'd be interesting.
Okay. What about you, Larry?
I don't think so. You look at you got to have a bench. You just can't run with 5 guys. There's more dominant American players.
Right. That's my
as a team that will beat them. You know, because you got to have a bench, and there are a lot of American talented players in the NBA that would do that.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Bruce?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's a lot of great international players, but they spread out too much.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? United States, they got guys, man, that could play that. Look at the guys like Mosley and them guys, man, that wasn't even there before. You know what I mean? Barnes for Toronto. You know
Cade Cunningham.
Big man that's ready to step in when LeBron and Durant and them boys leave. So they'll never beat the United States. They'll put up a good fight, but they can't win.
Yeah.
So, what about you, Donald?
Well, I have to agree with everyone on that. But I would like to. I'm a little. Luka is playing with the Lakers. If anybody could take a person and make them the face of the league, I think the Lakers can. And he'll be an international player. But I would not be surprised if it happens, especially like I've been saying with LeBron James' leadership. If LeBron get on board on that and they really want to do it, we could be looking at Luka, because right now they still don't have a face of the league. They still looking around. And I just would be surprised if one day we do see that.
All right.
So what I think of that, what he just said, I don't think it'll ever be another face of the NBA. I think that's all over. You know what I mean? Because there's no more players like LeBron and Jordan. They got a lot of good guys, but they don't have the it factor like LeBron and Jordan and them boys have. I don't think it'll ever be another face. You know what I mean? It would just
the comment on that, Bruce? The comment on that, I don't think they need it, because when you had Jordan and LeBron, they was trying to spread, they was trying to spread it out. Now it's already spread out. You got like Kendall thing. Now you got great international players. So I don't think you need a one dominant. Before David Stearns and they was trying to spread, the brand. So you needed people over in China love Michael Jordan. People now you have that. We have great players in the international. So I don't think you need a one person icon or face of the league anymore.
Yeah.
Great
They
point.
would have to be dominant beyond measure to be able to ascertain to that level. And there's nobody. I mean, we see, like you said, good international players, but nobody except maybe the Joker. Doncic is a good candidate, but I don't see those guys going to that Michael Jordan, LeBron level. I could even take second. They're not secondary players, but they're just as good. You look at an Allen Iverson, I mean, a Magic Johnson, any one of them could have been, a Larry Bird could have been. I think where they are right now is just good. Just the brand is already spread. Just play the game now.
Yep.
All right. So anybody got any more thoughts on that topic right there? Everybody good? So now let's talk about the OKC Thunder. They play tonight. They play the Grizzlies again. Now they beat the Grizzlies by 51 points in game one. This is a team that has John Moran on their team. They lost by 51 points. They had the best record in the NBA all year. Does anybody think the way the Thunder look in game one, can anybody beat them in the NBA? Larry, let me start with you. What's your thoughts?
The Grizzlies are firing on all cylinders.
No, not the Grizzlies, the Thunder.
I mean, the Thunder are. Everybody's hitting, you know what I'm saying? And their best player didn't have a great game. And they still won by 51 points. I mean, imagine he had a great game. They could have won by maybe 60, even 70 points. They are firing on all cylinders. And right now, the rotation is awesome. And I don't think nobody beat them right now, not the way they're playing.
Okay. What about you, Pastor?
Oh yeah, they could be beat, but I still think Boston's going to win the whole thing. So I got to say they can be beat. But they're playing. I tell you what, the Grizzlies ain't going to beat them. That's for sure. But you know what, Henry? It's all about matchups, man. I was hoping that the Lakers got the Grizzlies and not Minnesota. I was like, man, that's a bad matchup for the Lakers. With Ant-Man and then with all those young boys, Nas Reed, that's a bad matchup for the Lakers. They really going to have to play tough to get out the series. I was hoping they got the Grizzlies. This is a bad matchup. Or I would rather the Lakers with OKC because, as you can see with Golden State playing Houston don't got nothing for them because they don't have a person to throw the ball to when I need a point. Everybody is just, they're young. They don't got nobody to throw the ball to. Golden State got Jimmy Buckets and Steph, But anyway, back to OKC. They can be beat, but they're firing. They're proving that they're the best team, in the Western Conference. They used last year was a learning experience, and now they're on a mission. Adding Hartenstein gives them another big guy, so they're primed to go to the finals. I don't see anybody in the West beating them, but they.
All right. What about you, Bishop? What's your thoughts?
Wow. I guess I can agree with what I just heard and just leave it at that because there's nothing I'm going to add that's going to make any kind of a difference. So let me just ride on what Pastor Teague just shared and just go from there. Because honestly, OKC, like you said, last year a learning experience. This year, a bit more proven with a little bit more tenacity and a little bit more determination. I mean, you see, that 50-point, that's not a fluke. That's that team. You know what I'm saying? So let me leave it right there.
All right. What's your thoughts, Kendall?
Well, the day that SGA had his lowest playoff output, 17 points, team had the highest playoff output by beating the team by 51 points, which is like the fourth or fifth best in NBA playoff history and the best ever for a first game in the playoff system and in the playoffs. And they have the best record in the entire league, so they're accustomed to winning. What I like about SGA we can all remember this, is that you know, they're doing commercial, and they're all in the commercial. You know,
Mhm.
it's like these guys are a team, and when you watch them, when you see SGA get 17 and everybody else going off, after having the best record, I don't think there's a conversation, at least now after the first game, about who is the best team in the West and who's coming out of the West. And it seems like everyone else is just like a moot point.
Uh-huh.
Yep. All right. So let's go in the studio.
Well,
Bruce, what's your thoughts on the game tonight in Oklahoma City Thunder?
I think OKC is going to beat them by 20. I think that's a wrap, you know. I think LA's playing tonight, right?
Yeah, the Lakers are.
Yes.
I think the Lakers tie up the series. I believe that Lakers are going to win tonight, and I think that OKC is going to win tonight.
Okay, so Bruce.
Yeah, OKC is tough, man, but I don't think they're coming out the West.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you got the Clippers, right?
Yeah, I got the Clippers. They're good, but like Walt said, it's all about matchups, man, and you can't judge too much about with Memphis. You know what I mean? They lost their leadership and everything. You know, the boy that left, the one that left and went to Houston.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks.
What's his name?
Dylan Brooks.
They missed Brooks bad, man. Brooks is that guy that kept Memphis together. You know what I mean? He got on LeBron's nerves and everything. He was a Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Sort of. You might want to say that.
Man. And that's who Memphis missed. They don't have no kind of leadership or nothing over there. They got a group. But
they got beat down, man. So what, Donald? What do you think? What's your thoughts?
Well, Memphis is definitely done. I'm looking at a sweep at this point.
Pretty much.
So, but OKC, after coming in first last year and coming in first this year, they gotta at least get to the final. I'm gonna give them a little bit more credit than the rest of you guys. I think they're gonna come out of the West. I really do.
Well, I said they're coming out, Don. I said they're coming out west.
I have to go with Paso, and I think Boston would take him out because Boston got too much of everything.
Yeah,
when
Too
it
much
comes
firepower all the way, even on the bench.
firepower, defense, everything. They got too much of everything.
Okay. So the team with the second best record in the NBA, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they beat the Miami Heat by 21 in game 1. So let's start with you. Let's get your thoughts on that series. And how far do you think Cleveland do you think Cleveland can get out of the East?
No.
I got to go with Boston. I mean, but I do think Cleveland will win this series, maybe even in 6. I do believe they'll win this series before it goes 7. But I got to go with Boston that's coming out of the East. I watched them play, and you know the big boys back down. So if they stay healthy, you know, who's going to beat Boston really?
True.
Yeah, so how many games do you think Miami Heat going to win 2 games against Cleveland?
No.
Yeah, I think Cleveland going to get them in 6.
I give them 1.
Same here.
Okay.
Well,
So-
because of they what do they call it? Because of their reputation, you know, Miami got that reputation.
Culture.
So, you know, they just ain't gonna lay down, and they're gonna keep fighting hard. So I think they're gonna get 2 in.
Yeah.
So all right. So anybody want to have any other thoughts on Cleveland?
Well, primarily this. I see a Boston-Cleveland final, Boston winning it in 6. That's pretty much what I'm looking at this particular point. And I mean, it won't be easy for them to win, but they'll win.
Okay. What about you, Pastor?
Yeah, I think I'm with Don with the Cleveland Miami. I think just because they got a great coach, I think they'll get 2, but I think Cleveland will win it. But I can see it going 6. You know, just for the coach, I give the coach 2 wins. You know, he just his schematics. I think he's going to come away with something. Yeah, I can see that. But I see the same thing. I see a Boston Cleveland final. Got to be. And I tell you what, big game with Dame coming back because Dame was talking junk to Halliburton. I think that's why he's playing tonight. He said, "Wait till I come back." Yeah,
We're gonna talk about that series next. What
Yeah.
about you, Kendall? What about you? As far as the Cleveland.
Well, I think okay. Like I said, I just think that to conclude the matter, you got Boston versus Cleveland. That's what's going to end up in Eastern Conference. I believe OKC is showing us, even after tonight, that they'll be in the Western Conference. I had the Lakers, but I just got Oklahoma, OKC versus the field. Oklahoma comes out of the West. Boston versus Cleveland in the East, and I'm going to go with Cleveland, just so I can argue. I know Boston's a better team. I just want to, I want to try to, get my own bandwagon and stop jumping on bandwagons,
Yeah, there you go. Put the flag in the fan. There you go.
Yeah.
bandwagon, right?
Hey, Don, he's in his prime now. His grip ain't that great, so he's gonna stop jumping. Train's got to move a little slower for Kendall to jump.
So Larry, what's your thoughts on Cleveland?
My thoughts on Cleveland. Cleveland, what's they don't have a chance. He don't have a chance. They just ain't that caliber team. Cleveland will beat them in 5. And I think Cleveland, when they run up to Boston got too much. But I'm going with Boston. I was going with Boston from day one. From last year, I was going with Boston from day one.
Yes, you are.
And they will repeat. Two-peat. Like I said, two-peat.
Well, you and Walter saying, you and the Packers saying the same thing. So now, too much series I want to cover.
Let's get out Bruce. Hey, Henry, you forgot to get Bruce on that question.
Oh, sorry, Bruce. I thought I did you guys in the studio first.
Hey, Bruce, he don't want to hear the truth, but go ahead.
Yeah, but what was the question again?
Oh,
as
no.
far as with Cleveland,
Yeah. How Cleveland gonna do against Miami?
Yeah, I think they'll take Miami out in 5. I'm being generous by giving Miami 1. You know what I mean?
Okay. So while we in the studio, let's talk about the Knicks. Them and who they playing?
Detroit.
So right now the series is 1-1. So Bruce, I know you and Nick, man. So let's start with you. What your thoughts on the series, and do you think your boys gonna pull the series out?
Knicks can't win, bro.
Okay.
Knicks can't win because if you watch the Knicks play when Brunson was out, they had guys like Bridges averaging 20-some points, or Anunoby in the 20s. And I told y'all, when Brunson come back, it's going to be all over. There's nowhere in the world Brunson's supposed to get 39 points, and Towns don't even touch the ball the whole 4th quarter. That's the coach's fault. Knicks ain't going nowhere, man. They might not win. They should, by right, they should be down 0-2 right now.
Nah, I disagree with that.
They caught a break that first game.
I believe.
I slightly disagree with that. I mean, they're right where they need to be. And I can agree with you with Brunson because I sat there and watched the game, and in the last minute of the second quarter, I just decided to do something else because Brunson's running down the court, hoisting up 3 unnecessary threes, throwing 3-pointers up. You got guys, Bridges on one occasion, wide open in the middle. And Brunson's just too busy wanting to shoot, man. I don't know what's going on with this guy. I don't know. Did he have too much Tylenol? I don't know what his
But
story.
the coach control the game. He's not.
Yeah,
He's not
I hear
controlling
what
the
you're
game.
saying, Larry, but in the heat of the moment, I mean, too many fast break opportunities that were thrown away and blown up. And then I got to give credit to Detroit. Their defense isn't the greatest you've ever seen, but they were swarming all over the ball all game long in game 2. So if they don't find a way, I think Detroit's trying to run the Knicks out of the gym. That's all I think.
They're going to run them out.
Yeah.
One man can't beat you. One man can't beat you.
I agree.
Right. So Pastor, what's your thoughts?
I said it last year, say it again. The coach run them to the dirt. Why can't you bring somebody off the bench? I mean, Campaign came in game 1, had 19 points? He ain't done nothing in game 2. That's the coach's fault. You can't have Karl Anthony Towns being guarded by Tobias Harris and don't take a shot in the fourth quarter. That's the coach's fault, man. Now Brunson is a bad man. Brunson is a bad little guy. I mean, he's unstoppable. But you gotta have some help. He can't do this. He can't do this for 7 games. You gotta at least give the guy a break, a breather. I mean, you got Detroit bringing them in by waves. They got all these big guys. Did you see Brunson's face? It was all red, and they beat him up.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the coach's fault, man. He run them till the wheels fall off. And you got a 7'1" guy playing against Tobias Harris, and he don't get a shot in the fourth quarter.
Something's wrong.
Yeah, that's
Something's
bad.
wrong.
What about you, Kendall?
That's
Come on,
crazy.
look at this win. Look at that. Look at the Thompson boys.
Yeah,
Them boys tough, man.
yeah. And the other boy, the big boy Durham, he reminded me of Orlando Woolwich, man. Oh my God. Look just like Orlando Woolwich.
You hit it right on the head, man.
Man. But that's the coach's fault, Bruce. How you gonna throw the ball into them in the paint at one time? Let him jam it. You got
That's
Tobias Harris holding him.
Draw the foul. Do something.
Brunson taking all the shots.
I know.
Everybody else standing around. They're not
Listen.
rebounding. They're not playing no D because they're not part of the game.
Bruce, in the second quarter,
Coach's fault, Bruce. Coach's fault.
Right,
mixing
exactly.
it within 2 or 3, and the first thing he do is run down and hoist up a 3-pointer, and it don't even reach the rim. Put him on the bench for a little bit.
He was tired.
I know he was.
Yeah, it was.
Coach's fault.
Brunson was out playing like this now.
Well,
I
see,
tell you what, if they play like that tomorrow night, you can kiss this series. This series is over if they play like that tomorrow night.
I believe
But
it.
Bruce, he played the most minutes of anybody in that game on both teams. Brunson played the most minutes of everybody. That's the coach's fault.
Right.
You got to back up point guard.
And man, that was terrible.
Look, Brunson wants to play like that. It's not. It's the coach to pull him out, but
Right.
he wants all this limelight.
And
It's
don't
like he's
make that-
But there's a difference, Don, between wanting the line. There's a difference between wanting the limelight
Everything you want, Don, ain't good for you.
You know, there's a difference between wanting it and performing in it. I mean, he can want it all day long. I mean, I know 39 points, that's a good deal.
That's performance.
At the end of
That's
the
great
day,
performance.
That's
But
great.
anytime you walk away with 39, your chest is out. The rest of the guys is blue.
that's the point I'm making. The rest of the guys are being left out.
I think he only made something like 12 shots out of something like 27,
And
28
look.
shots.
So that was 28 rebounds they should have got and went back up.
That would have been the only way. That would have been the only way they got the ball.
But
That's
listen,
funny.
hey Bruce,
That is funny.
what did Shaq say when they was playing with Kobe against Detroit? If the big man if you don't feed the big man, he don't guard the yard.
No, he don't. No, he don't.
If I don't eat, we don't guard the yard.
I'm leaving the
Other
refrigerator.
words have
buying-
never been spoken.
Talking about that same series, looking at Detroit, and then I saw Dennis Schroeder, and I'm like, this guy done played for 9 NBA teams in 12 years,
Mhm.
and every team seemed like he be on, they win. I don't think he won a championship, but he seemed like the teams win. Why do you think he gets traded so much? But then when he be playing, look how he be doing a good job for the teams. Let's start with you, Pastor. Why do you think that is?
I like Dennis Schroeder, man. I just like he's a common influence. He took the biggest shot of that game. They was coming back. He hit that 3. That was it. They never recovered. But and he plays tough defense. You know, he drives. He's not afraid to take the shot.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I just wanted to say this also. Dennis Schroeder, he turned down that bag. Remember the workers?
That was a bad move.
That money, and he turned it down.
Yeah, that was a bad move. But yeah, he's a quality backup, man. He is definitely a quality backup. I forgot that he was even on Detroit, and I was watching again. I said, "Oh shoot, they got Schroeder." I mean, like you said, he wherever he goes, he plays well.
Yeah, because he was with Golden State, and he got traded in the Jimmy Butler trade.
Right, he got traded.
And then Miami traded him to, well, he waived him or whatever. He wound up in Detroit, and he playing good.
Yeah, he's like Cam. He's like Cam on the Knicks.
Yeah.
Cam that plays.
Why didn't you play Cam yesterday, Bruce?
Yeah, because Tim's crazy. Tim's crazy, man.
You know,
and he played good in game one.
Germany.
Exactly.
He's another foreign player.
I just don't understand it, man. I don't think they'll never win with Tibbs.
He played good in game one. Campaign. He played good in game one.
Look how good Shummet played. He ain't getting no play.
No play at all. Yep.
So, does anybody got any final thoughts? Anything they want to talk about? Because it's 7 o'clock.
You know what I wanted to say though? That having to do with I was going to do it when Bob was there. Is they got the NFL draft coming up. You got Tyler Booker. You got Tyler Booker from West Haven. He's picked to go on. He's slided to go in the first round. So I just wanted to bring that up. Yeah.
Okay. What position does he play?
Bishop.
Yes.
Do you know that man has allowed only 1 sack and like 290 chances?
Wow.
Imagine that. 1 sack in his entire career.
He
450.
played to go in the first round.
Yeah, 290 chances this year, I think it was, something like that. He's going in the first round.
Yeah.
Wow. That's great. So they don't know where he might fall at in the first round?
I think they were slotted to go to the Colts.
Oh, he's the offensive lineman?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the offensive line for Alabama.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. So does anybody else got anything they want to talk about?
Well, since nobody got nothing, let Bishop do this again as we close out.
Just go ahead and close us out afterwards.
All right. The Bridge Network Eastern Regional Conclave, the Blessed Realm, taking place May 23rd through May 25th, 2025 at the Hartford Marriott, 28 Day Hill Road, Windsor, Connecticut. You still have a little bit of time. For those that desire to be part of this wonderful conclave, you can use the QR code that you see to register on Friday evening at 7 p.m. We have a general service and all are welcome. Come on in, hear some great words, some great music, some great teaching, and an all-around great fellowship. On Sunday morning, we do have our worship service. Just use the QR code or go to Bridge Network BNCF@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing your face in the place.
Excuse me, Bishop.
Oh, go ahead.
I thought you said winter. It looked like it says Windsor.
No, it's Windsor, Connecticut.
Okay.
If it's in Wyndham, you in the middle of nowhere. You know that.
My hearing there. That's what, sorry.
Don't feel bad. That Jacksonville water messing with you. I understand. Anyway, Pitts Chapel Women on the Move, their 3rd annual fashion show and dinner event taking place Saturday, May 3rd, 2025 at 4 p.m. Location will be at the Dixwell Community House, 197 Dixwell Avenue in the city of New Haven, Connecticut. Tickets are only $35. Ladies, do not miss this opportunity to see the latest and the most grand in fashion. You can turn around and call Sister Gwen at area code 203-887-1209. That's 203-887-1209. Or give Sister Sabrina a call at 475-234-7905. That's 475-2. See, Don, you should have just said shut up. Now we just quiet.
Oh man, we had showtime at the Apollo, man.
At least you got the hint, man. You got the hint.
All you had to say is be quiet, and I would have just let it go. Oh Lord, that was funny.
Oh,
That's got to go in the KMI bloopers file. Please make sure. Anyway, we thank every one of you for joining us. Dr. Henry, are you complete with what you want to do, sir?
Yes.
All right. Thank you to everyone for joining us. Don't forget, come back and be with us this coming Friday as we talk more about the NBA playoffs and other great events taking place for Bruce Austin, for Don, for Big Don Productions, for Henry Green, for our good friend, my brother, Larry Pearson, for Mr. Kendall Tyson. I can't remember his title, but I know somebody say it for me. Say it one time. All right.
Every moment moving.
Every moment moving. There you go. Yeah, it is every moment. For Pastor Walter Teague, one of the great pastors, not just in the Elm City, but in the entire world. And I'm yours truly, Bishop Ernest E. Richard Jr. We cannot forget the host who is the most, Dr. Jerry Green. We love you, Jerry. We know you're watching. God bless you, my brother. We look forward to seeing you on Friday. Let's look to the Lord. Precious Father, in the name of Jesus, thank you always for the entrance of your word, which always brings light. God, thank you for another great show, another great performance. And please forgive Brother Don for trying to tell me to shut up without actually saying it. But Father, we thank you for just meeting us here and greeting us here and giving us this opportunity to talk sports, but always keeping you in the forefront of our mind now as we leave this place, but never your presence. Go with us, stand by us, lead, guide, guard, govern, protect, and correct us as we move forward in the things pertaining to life and godliness. Let the words of our mouth and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, our impenetrable rock and our redeemer. For it's in the name of Jesus we do pray. Amen and amen.
Amen. All
Amen.
right, brother.
Hey, I want Kendall to know we did leave the doors open for you, and we never heard nothing.
Oh, he ran away. What is this?
Well, he jumped off.
Hey, what is that old deputy dog thing? Don't go away mad. Just no, I'm joking.
All right, gentlemen.
All right, fellas.
Have a great night, fellas.
Y'all have a
All
good
right.
night.